All right, look at number 1. The first thing you have to find, now what's different about this problem from the other ones? We've got a fraction that we have to graph. All right, so the first thing you want to find is something called the vertical asymptote. You can just write V8. You don't have to write out the word. All right, watch how easy this is to find. All you do is take the bottom, set it equal to 0. Everybody write x plus 1 equals 0. All right, what's that answer going to be when you move plus 1 over? Negative 1. Everybody good? Yeah. So what you have to do, using a color, go to negative 1 on the x-axis, put a dotted line. That part's really easy. Use a color. Use a color.
This interruption. Coach Martin, Coach Heron, and Mr. Wilson's homeroom, please report to the gym. Any senior in Mr. Wider's homeroom who has not had their senior portrait taken, please report to the gym at this time.
All right, here we go. The next part's a little harder. So first we did the vertical line. Now we're going to do a horizontal line. To find this one, and you guys can just label it HA. All right? You have to check the exponents. What do I mean? What's the exponent over this x if you don't see an exponent there? Understood 1, understood 1, right? When they are equal, you divide the numbers that are in front of the x's. So 1 divided by 1 is y equals 1. So now we have to draw a horizontal line at 1 on the y-axis. So it's going to go right through here. Question on that? All right, last step. We got one more step. Everybody make an XY chart. We're going to plug in 4 points. All right, how do you pick these 4 points? It's very easy. Is everybody watching? 2 numbers on the right side of this vertical line, 0 and 1. 2 numbers on the left side of the vertical line, -2 and -3. Any question how I pick those numbers? It does not matter the order you write these numbers down. I don't care how you write them down, as long as you get those 4. Now you plug them in for that x and that x. So watch, it'll be 0 on top, 0 plus 1 on the bottom. You can plug it in your calculator, or you can do it in your head. I don't care. 0 plus 1 is 1. I got 0 over 1, so the first answer is 0. Again, if you'll plug the whole thing in your calculator, it will do it for you. Show Kara where the fraction button is, please. All right, I want everybody to plug the 1 in your calculator and get me an answer. So we're going to have 1 over 1 plus 1. All right, what'd y'all get? 1/2? Yeah. That's the same thing as 0.5, correct? Yeah. Okay. All right, next, now y'all plug in -2. So I got -2 on top, -2 plus 1 on the bottom. Plug it in. All right, Ryan said +2. Yes. All right, plug the last number in, see what you get. 0.5. River says 1.5. Check and make sure y'all get 1.5. All right, so now all that's left for us to do is graph those 4 points and we're done. 0, 0, right in the middle. That's an easy one right there. Actually, I don't care now. As long as the dotted lines, guys, are in color, I don't care about the other part. Over 1, how do I go up 0.5? Halfway? So over 1, up halfway between 1 and 2. Good. All right, ready for the next one? -2 up 2. -2 up 2 is right there. -3 up 1.5 is right here. Okay. Anybody got a question how I plotted those 4 points? All right, when you graph these guys, it's going to make a shape like this. It's going to make a curved line. Now, the curves do not touch the dotted lines. That's why the dotted lines are there. It hugs these dotted lines. It does not touch the dotted line. And that's your answer. We're going to do another one just like that. Now, you will have a lot of these on the next quiz and the next test. So y'all did not do this last year?
Not a bit.
Okay.
I remember doing this at some point.
Must have been last year. I doubt y'all did it in Algebra 1.
I don't remember none of this.
Anybody have a question on number 1 before we do another one?
I don't recall.
All right. Emma, you okay sitting right there without your glasses? Do you need to sit up here today? Or you okay? Okay. All right, let's move to number 4. The reason we're doing number 4, guys, it's just like number 1. I don't want to show y'all anything new right yet. So let's go to 4. Same kind of problem. We're going to do the same steps. Your Bob. All right, so looking at number 4, look back at number 1. How did we find the VA? What did we do?
Brought the bottom down.
Brought the bottom down. Set it equal to 0. Y'all solve that now and get an answer. Go. Plus 2, move it over to minus 2. All right, Wyatt, what's next?
I don't know, just my second problem with this.
All right, watch. Divide by 2, so I got negative 2. I got negative 1. So, guys, I get negative 1. That's where my dotted line goes. And it's my VA, it's my vertical, so it's got to be a vertical line. All right, question about that first step. That first step is the same on every problem. You got to find your VA and your HA.
I like that too. Alright, so let me look at our X points, and they're the same as the
All right, here we go. On the last problem we did, problem number 1, how did we find the HA? We looked at the exponents. Remember, I got an x1 there and an x1 there. What are we supposed to do when those exponents are equal?
Just divide the numbers.
Divide. 4 divided by 2, I got 2. Y equals 2, right here. All right, question? Nobody's asking questions. That's a good sign. Question. 4, you divide the numbers, Sadie, that are with the x's, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right, last thing we got to do is plug in our 4 points. How did we pick the points on the last problem?
In front of the vertical line, 2 behind the vertical.
2 in front, 2 in back. 2 on the right is going to be 0 and 1. 2 on the left is negative 2 and negative 3. Plug them in your calculator. Let's see what 4 answers y'all get. Pause. Positive 4. Right. Plot those 4 points, draw your curves, and we're done. It's bad.
It's really not, it's just times the two.
All right, so I got over 0 down to here. Over 1, up 0.
Excuse this interruption. Any senior in Miss Lee, Miss Novak, or Miss John's homeroom, please report to the gym at this time. Any senior who has not had their senior portrait taken in Miss Lee, Miss Novak, or Miss John's homeroom, please report to the gym.
All right, so look, your points look like this. Draw your curves. They should hug the dotted lines without crossing the dotted lines. All right, anybody got a question on that? All right, so we're good on that type. All right, good. Let's do a different type problem now. All right, we're going to go to number 5 now. It's a little bit different. All right, but for the most part, you do it all the same. All right, guys, how do we find the VA? What's the first step? Set it equal to 0. What's that answer going to be, Grant? Negative 3. 1, 2, 3.
They're always going to be dotted lines on these.
Oh, I messed up. Yeah, it's always going to be dotted line. X-axis, 1, 2, 3. My bad. caught that one, that wasn't a mistake. All right, now we got a new step right here. New step. Y'all ready? Everybody looking? Look at the last problem. Exponents were equal, so I divided 4 divided by 2, I got 2. Look at this problem. Are the exponents equal on this one? No. We don't even have an x on top to look at. When it's like this, when you got an x on the bottom, Grant, and not the top, it's automatically going to be y equals 0. Automatically. Because you can't compare exponents. Because you don't even have one on top. So your dotted line is at 0 and it's horizontal. Like that. Bless you. All right, CJ, how do I pick my 4 numbers that go on my chart? 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Good. So 2 on the right is -1, -2. 2 on the left is -4, -5. All right, that does it, y'all. Plug them in your calculator. Even though this one looks different, guys, we follow the same rules. So how do I find my vertical asymptote? Set the bottom equal to 0. But look, this time I got 2 of them on the bottom. Doesn't matter. Set them both equal to 0. Yep. Yep. All right, Grant's right. This time that answer's 2. That answer's -3. So this time we got a dotted line at 2. And we got one at -3. All right. 2 of them on this one. But we're still going to do the problem the exact same way. Same steps. All right, so what's the rule about finding the horizontal again? You check the exponents. What about them? There's not one on top, so what do you automatically do? 0. Good. All right, we get it. All right, you guys know how we always plug in 4 numbers, right? This one we're going to have to plug in 5. All right, but you still follow the same rules. 2 numbers on the right is 3 and 4. All right, 2 numbers on the left, go to the left, is -4, -5. Yeah, and then plug 1 number in the middle. Now, 1 number in the middle, plug it like right in the middle. So let's say 0. That's kind of in the middle, right? Let's plug in 0. So you have to plug in an extra number on this one because it's got an extra spot. All right, so some in first block, we're kind of asking, how do we plug it in on this one? I'm going to show you. If we got to plug in 3, guys, you're going to do this. 6 over 3 minus 2 and 3 plus 3. Now, if you can do some of it in your head, great. If not, you can plug the whole thing in your calculator. It will do it for you. So go, do it, plug it in. 6 on top. Where'd you go with the first one? I got 1 for the first answer. All right, if you don't get 1, let me know and we'll check it. All right. Curves do not cross the dotted lines, right? So I got a curve there. I got to have a curve there. Now, what about this bottom section? I'm going to tell you. You guys see the one in the middle? It's always going to be a parabola. Just draw one in that middle section and you're good. If it's on the bottom, the parabola is going down. If it's on the top, the parabola is going up. And I'm not going to measure it to make sure it's in the right spot. Just get close. How we doing on time? All right, question. You guys are doing pretty good. All right, let's go to 3 now. 3 is a new type problem. Oh, yeah. So I got y equals x squared minus 36 over x plus 8. Can anybody see what makes this one a new problem? All right, we got a square on the top. Watch. You guys did this last year. Y'all should know how to factor that out, right? This is called a difference of squares. What's the square root of 36? Just look at it. So I got an x plus 6 and an x minus 6. Write it down. I don't think so. All right, watch. We marked that one out right because we factored it. Which one crosses out on the top and the bottom?
Oh,
X plus 6 crosses out. Y'all agree? What's the only one I didn't cross out? Bring that one down. Now I'm going to graph that by rise over run. Okay? So I got -6 right here. What's my rise over run on this one? 1 over 1. So I go up 1 over 1. And guys, this one's going to be a line, and we're going to need y'all to draw it like way below the graph. Trust me, I got a reason for this. I'll try to make them fit on the graph next time. So you want to draw it like below the graph the way I did on the board. All right, anybody got a question so far before I finish it up? All right, here's the last step on this type problem. You guys notice how we marked out x plus 6? Do y'all see that? All right, we marked that one out. The one that you marked out, bring it down and set it equal to 0. What's going to happen with plus 6 when I move it over? Okay, so I got -6. All right, here's the deal. Since I crossed this one out, it's no longer there. We got to put a hole over here on this line for that one that we crossed out. So watch. Go to -6. Let me slide this up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Follow that down to wherever it hits the line. You're going to have a hole right there, and the line continues after the hole.
okay.
Because you marked it out, right? So it can't be in your answer if you marked it out. So that is your answer for number 3. Number 6 is going to be the same type problem. We're going to have a bunch of these on the quiz and the test. These are faster. Most time, kids don't mind doing it.
It's not that they're hard, just grabbing stuff.
Yeah. All right, ask me a question on this one, guys, if you got one. All right, last one on this sheet is number 6. We're going to do it just like we did number 3. All right, I figure I'm going to have to give y'all a quick factoring lesson, even though y'all did this last year and everybody should remember how to factor the top. What if it's like this? It's a trinomial. Well, I know x times x gives me x squared, so I know it's going to start off with x times x, right?
Yeah.
So here's the way you fill in the rest of it. What can I times here and here that equals 6, but also adds up to equal 5?
3 and -2.
3 and 2?
Negative,
-3, negative.
All right, first write in your numbers, 3 and 2. Now, are both the numbers going to be positives or both going to be negatives? Well, let's think about it. Here's the deal. They got to multiply to equal 6, but they got to add up to equal -5. So it's got to be -3 plus -2. That's how you get -5. All right, now, just like last problem, which one crosses out? All right, what do I do with the one that's left over? You graph it and make a line. Y'all graph that and make it a line by rise over run. That should be pretty easy. So I go down to -2, and then my slope is up 1 over 1. All right, so this is what I've got so far. All right, so Grant, how do I find where the hole is again? What do I do?
Bring down what you marked out with -3.
All right, Grant says whatever you marked out can't be in your answer. That's going to be the hole. So x minus 3, when you bring it down and move over -3, guys, that's +3. So your hole is going to be at +3. So go to +3, 1, 2, 3. Follow it up to where it hits the line. There's your hole. Now I'm going to try to erase my line in there. What? Why did it do that?
You want to erase it on the test or just put a circle where the hole is?
I'm not going to mark it wrong, but really we should erase the line inside the circle. If you don't, I'm not. Shouldn't be there. I tried to erase it and my screen went blank. All right, so we've got 20 minutes. Okay, so I think we're going to finish up a little early. You guys save this. What's on the back? Yeah, we don't need to start anything new. Let's work on a couple more problems like this before we go. All right, so I'm going to give y'all another sheet. Y'all save this one. Make sure y'all are saving all your sheets in your folder. We're going to have a notebook grade next week. I said this Friday, but I don't think we got enough to do it yet this Friday. We'll do it next week. a lot I got to grade on the week. Not feeling good.
Don't worry about my test.
I'm gonna get that for, I'm gonna get that done for you.
Math, I thought math is kind of hard to grade, but you hear you can't come to math.
Not, I mean, you can, I mean, that's my choice. Yeah, what I have learned though, man, it takes so much time to make those two. I make sure our midterms and finals are more about this.
You're kind of like a board coach, or?
Math. Oh, and sleeping on, dreaming about Lewis again. Daydreaming. All right, let's not do all of these. Let's only do a couple of them.
Please excuse this interruption. Any senior who has not had